The coffee is black and the robot is really feisty, and I'd like to welcome you to a Modeling Blog Daily for Tuesday, June the 17th, 2008. And this morning I'm going to cover some detail, hidden detail of my Bali Palace that I did last night. What a marvelous model, probably one of the better models that I've ever built from a picture. In fact, this one came right from the backside of a Lego 7418 Scorpion's Palace. It's just a picture. And what do you do when you have a picture? You take a picture of a picture. And I used my Kodak 8 megapixel camera, and I took a picture of a picture and put it in my paint program. Now I want you to see something here. When you zoom in, and sometimes the only way you're going to tell this is if you zoom in. See that railing right below the big dome? The railing is not connected directly to the base plate. The railing is on a standoff system of nubs. See that nub right there? See that nub right there? The railing, and there's two right in the front, the railing is actually sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nubs. And that actually is the only way it'll work, guys. If you try to push it right down to the base plate, it wouldn't work. So that's a big point. And if you try to build this from the picture, you might not see that unless you blow it up and look at it real close. The other thing is, when you're working this model, is inside the model, the bowels of the model, as it were, there's a little arch. See that arch right there? It's a mini arch, a mini white arch. And that arch is that arch right there. Now look at what I did above that arch. I put two beams, angle beams, small angle beams, and on top of that a yellow plate with a jewel. Now take a look at this. There's the arch. See the angle right there? You can barely see it right there. There's two angled beams, and then see the yellow right at the top, the yellow. So you have to study these things, and sometimes you really have to blow them up to see what they are. Now take a look below. The arch is connected to another, there's another angle beam below. See that's the angle beam below, and there's a jewel on top, and that's sitting on a plate. Looks like a 4x4 plate with one of those at the end. And when you're working this this model, the only way you can build some of the detail in the model from a picture is to get a magnifying glass out. Now take a look down there. I put you can see the jewels on the angle beam sitting on a 4x4 plate, and then what? The plate sitting on pedestals, 4 pedestals. See, there's one pedestal, there's one in each corner. So you can see one of the pedestals right there. On the left side, we got the same situation. We got two angled beams, and I did the two angle beams. I got the you can see the shield, and right above the shield I have the golden sword. Well, you can see the shield and the golden sword. Obviously, I put that round thing in the back because it looks better that way. But take a look below the angled beams there. It's sitting on two red angled beams. And if you take a look at the back side of my model, see those red angled beams sitting on a plate with a plate on top, and then the white angled beams on top of the plate. Well, that's exactly what you have. You got the red on the bottom, the plate in the middle, and then the white on the top, and on top of that the yellow. So basically you're building it up to the best of your ability. Now I decided to add this just because it looks cool, and it really does. Now let's take a look at the very top of this magnificent structure. All we know is that there's two beams, and that's all they are. There are two beams right there, centered in the middle below the dome. Well, I put those there, but then I decided that was too bland. I needed to add. See, they had those there to hold this blue plate in. So I decided to add a pedestal for the ball. Isn't that clever the way I did it? I used the, and I put the ball in there. So now we have it looks cool. The other thing I want to mention about this model, when I do a model like this and I go to video it and put it on film, I like to tell a story. So I decided to put one of the bad guys, or the guards, depends on how you're looking at it, at the top, peeking down on top of the professor who's down there with his map and his shovel. He's going to dig for treasure in the palace. Then we got old Johnny Thunder. He's hearing the bad guys are sneaking around, so he's got his gun out there and he's getting ready to get the. So I try to tell a story with everything that I do if I can. And this guy here doesn't know what's going on. And I attached the elephant to the plates, the base plate, so I could move it with when I was flung it around. Anyhow, I hope this is informative, and I encourage one and all to build this model. This is one of the best models I've ever built. I love it. Bill in Red, wishing you and yours a wonderful Tuesday, and my robot and I say sayonara, friend. Have a great day. We'll see you later, alligator.